Today we're going to talk about cycling, and can cycling make you a better runner? My name's Devlin Eyden from coachparry.com. This is a topic that's close to my heart as a recovering cycling addict, knowing firsthand what cycling can do to my running performance as I am building my running career going forward. I'm going to hand over to Shona to get us started.
The first big difference between running and cycling is that cycling is not weight bearing, right? There's not this load. It has a lot less eccentric stress on your muscles that compared to running. What is eccentric stress or eccentric loading? Your muscles contract in a number of different ways, but when we're running in particular, there's two main contractions. The first one is what we call concentric contraction. That is every time you push off the ground, your muscle fibers pull together like that, and as you contract, the fibers are coming together, which is quite a strong contraction. When we're running, then every time that you land on the ground, so every time you sort of land, that shock absorbing effect, your muscles are contracting what we call eccentrically. So as they contract, the muscle fibers are actually pulling apart from each other. You can see that's not as strong as the concentric one, and what is happening there is there's a lot more fiber damage. The muscle fibers actually tear a lot more, and so it puts a lot more stress on your muscles. When we're cycling, there is still concentric and eccentric actions, but they're just not as intense as what they are when we are running.
We often find runners complaining of being tired a lot, the body sore, taking long to recover. Shona's discussed the eccentric load and how unforgiving maybe running can be on the body. The good thing about cycling and why it does improve your running is it can be that much more forgiving. You have to be a really good cyclist in order to actually push yourself into much higher training zones and really high intensity cycling, where you can actually get away with the mistakes of what might feel like pushing yourself a little bit hard on the bike and cycling. You could probably get away with that because you do tend to recover a lot quicker, and you're actually not in a much higher training zone. You end up finding yourself still in a vast aerobic training zone, even if it might feel a little bit more difficult on the bike. So from a recovery point of view, you do have, let's call it a lack of fatigue if you'd like, or less fatigue from doing a session on the bike, which then means we can still get back into that running a lot quicker and not need that much more time to recover.
And this is exactly why the cycling can really help your running. I mentioned earlier around that eccentric contraction and that eccentric stress and load on the body. Cycling will then help you to build your aerobic capacity without having that load that we normally get from running. And so that's why it is such a useful modality to add into your running program.
We've been discussing whether or not cycling can improve your running, and ultimately, yes, it definitely can. However, we always get asked, can cycling replace strength training? Can it make you stronger? The answer is, in short, yes. You do generally feel that you might be a bit stronger on the bike, and as a result improve your running and feel that you are stronger running. However, I do want to point out, cycling cannot replace strength training or conventional strength training as a whole. We still need to be focusing on doing resistance training or strength training. I'm not saying you have to be getting into a gym. What I am saying is you do need to do some, I talk of resistance training, so whether it is using weights, whether it's using body weights, resistance bands. Resistance training really can isolate muscle groups. It allows us to improve cross-sectional muscle size as well and gains, and that is absolutely important for us, where multi-directional type of forces on the muscles and the bones do tend to help strength gains more, and we get that from conventional type strength training as opposed to cycling. So yes, cycling is a really good benefit. You do tend to feel stronger in your running, but no, it cannot replace strength training as a whole. If you are interested in getting a bit more information or finding out how to do the strength properly, we have put together a free strength training plan for you. Check out the link on screen now.
Great, thanks for watching. If you're interested in getting a little bit more speed into your running, we've put together a great video on how you can get some free speed into your training and into your running. Click on the link that is on screen now, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.